Alright guys, I gotta show you this. This is arguably the nicest Camaro I think I have ever seen. This is a zero expense spared absolute monster here. Check this out. This is a 427 LSX with a Heartbeat 2300 on here. This thing is gorgeous. I love the paint scheme. Everything is so classy, so clean. Pretty much nothing underneath the hood except the engine. So nice. Brembo, big brakes, big wheels. Still kind of in the final stages of getting everything done. It hasn't been cut and buffed. But dude, absolute masterpiece. This thing should make a ton of power. Check out the interior too. I mean, this is a whole nother level. All right, this is Rick. This is the owner here.
Hi.
If you ever want to sell this thing, I'm sure you'd be able to have a ton of people that would be looking for it. But I mean, just looking at this thing, I'm like, dude, you got to have at least 150 in this. This is an absolute masterpiece. So well done, sir. How long have you been building this now?
Since 2013.
Goodness. What do you have for rear end in this too, by the way, and transmission? Is it a T56?
Yeah, it's a T56 Magnum.
Okay.
Transmission, and it's a Ford 9-inch.
Okay.
390 gears.
Well, this thing is here to be dyno tuned, so we're going to go ahead and get it on the dyno here and find out what kind of power it makes. But when I first put my eyes on it, I was just marveling at it. It's just such a beautiful car. The way it clustered. All right, so we got an 8-rib setup right there. AC. I mean, pretty much just about everything you could possibly expect. It's got V-bands on everything. Everything is either painted or powder coated. An incredible amount of time and effort put into it. Like, I mean, I love even the fasteners for the headers. Everything is such a purpose-built design. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey guys, today's episode is sponsored by Canadips. Now guys, this is a 50-state legal product here. This has no psychoactive chemicals in it, which means you don't get high like you would from cannabis. CBD is known to reduce pain, swelling, and reduce anxiety. What is Canadips CBD, you might ask? Canadips CBD is an alternative to traditional dip. It is a no nicotine, no tobacco product. Comes in 5 different flavors here: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, American spice. Canadips is crafted and manufactured in Humboldt County, California, which is at the center of the cannabis industry. Now, traditional dip is addictive, and let's be honest, it's kind of gross, actually. This is a spit-free product. Canadips CBD is the evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. Now, this is made with 100% American-grown hemp. Now, they use a water-dispersible technology, so it absorbs rapidly. Now, Canadips has developed a way to deliver CBD through the mouth that no one else has. They use coconut fiber for their pouches and all natural ingredients. No synthetic flavorings and no crap. To get your Canadips CBD, go to CanadipsCBD.com. They're open 24/7. And if you want to save 20%, use our promo code FP20. Also, they're available at many other convenience stores, so keep your eye out. In the middle of doing some pulls, I noticed that there was a problem on bank 1, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to check it, and I found a spark plug wire that was resting on the header. We got that all taped up because I'm not going to be able to make another wire here now, but as long as it's not arcing, we should be able to have everything okay. But the next thing that I did is when I touched the spark plug, I was like, man, that's loose. And then I proceeded to take out the entire driver's side, all hand tight. Now let's check this out too. I just pulled out the first one over here. I was like, it's probably just an honest mistake, you know. Every single spark plug was just hand tight. So hopefully she's gonna make a lot more power. This guy here, yeah, all of them
are literally just hand tight. That's crazy. You're supposed to tighten these, right? And they're all kind of fouled looking. So we're gonna put some NGK BR70Fs in here and we're gonna make some powder. Well, made a couple pulls here, and I'll tell you, if you got all the spark plugs screwed in right and they're not fouled, it will make a big difference. Made 754 on that last one, 712 pound-feet of torque. I got a little bit rich right here. We're gonna try and clean that up, get the air fuel totally right. Pulled it to 6,400 RPM. It'll probably go maybe 66, 6,700 RPM. We got a lot of gear in there. As you can see, we're going about 128 mile an hour, 6,400 RPM in fourth. But this thing totally rips. Over 700 pound-feet of torque right there, about 3,200 RPM. And it carries over 700, probably at about 4,400 or so. Make a rip right here. Everything's looking pretty good. Like night and day difference of what we started from. Too. Dude, that accelerates really fast. Right, we are really wrapping this thing up, and I've been just incrementally adding the tiniest amount of spark advance, just trying to clean it up. Super pleased with this. This thing's gonna be so much fun. Hopefully we can rip this thing on the street because I so badly want to do it. I know his glass might pop out, but it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, you know? Oh, you're talking about that's it rolling. I gotta get that emergency brake working. Alright, we're gonna go drive this thing around, make sure we got the drivability really good. So far, so good though. We're gonna go to Showtime Speedway right next door here.
Yeah.
Check everything out. And we definitely got some rain coming in here in the next few minutes here, so we better hurry the heck up. Feels pretty smooth, honestly, so far. Yeah. Well, I'm super jonesing to rip this thing really bad. I got some part throttle, itty bitty little pulls in there. We were getting ready to do a heavy throttle one, and we noticed that the intake air temperature is not cooling down. To me, that seems like the intercooler pump might have a problem, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to pull it, especially before the rain comes in. So really wanted to, but just working out a couple more bugs. But this thing is an absolutely amazing car. It should be a really quick fix, but yeah, man, so close. All right, so we got no flow right there. Definitely killed the intercooler pump. We don't want to get on it right like that. We've had a number of people hurt engines because of that very reason. Definitely experienced it. It is something that is a terrible thing. It's like you're not sweating. It will overheat, will melt something, possibly a piston spark knock. We definitely don't want to do that. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fix that here and now, but hopefully we'll meet again with this car.
We decided to do a last minute lift kit on my buddy's Jeep, 2021 Gladiator, Rubicon diesel. So it's got all the options. We are planning on Jeep Beach this weekend, so this video won't make it up before that, I'm sure. 2.5 Evo kit. We're gonna throw on this thing. Got all the replacement springs, track bars, New upper and lower control arms, all packaged up. This kit does come with a geometry correction. I believe it's overlanding, is that what you said? Overlanding is their terms for it kit. New bump stops, sway bar end links. And this guy is getting my old Raceline rims redone, made new again, and 37-inch Maxxis razors. This thing's gonna be a little machine and still get, you know, that diesel fuel mileage. Oh yeah, he's got Fox shocks over there. I forgot about those. Replacing those Fox shocks. I'll set up a little time lapse, just show us going through it. We've got everything on the Deadmans right now to be able to manipulate the axles up and down, to switch out all the suspension components. All right, I got the sway bar end links off, just kind of prepping the Jeep. We're going over the instructions, but to show you the difference in the front, and that is the difference in the rear. Maintain proper sway bar angle. You have to, you know, raise the suspension, you want that sway bar to be level. You have to extend the link arms for it, and that'll maintain the characteristics of the vehicle for, you know, close to factory. A little time lapse going on there. Got you guys were able to see us pull the springs off. Got the shocks off, the end links for the sway bars. Did a little trick. I left my ratchet straps. Had some misalignment here because when the axle drops, it puts pressure on the track bar, and they had us remove the track bar. So I was able to just hook the axle, pull the axle where I wanted to get this bolt to free up and come out. And this guy already had, I don't know if you saw me take them off, there was a 2.5-inch leveling spacer up here, and gonna be able to actually resell those. So with mods, especially on new stuff, sometimes when you do upgrade, you can take the old stuff and sell it and get a little bit of money back. Usually not much, but something. Got our Evo arms in. Had a little bit of figuring to do on what arm goes where and positioning. So we got this side knocked out. We got the relocation brackets for the correction factor in. This side's still stock. Run a little time lapse on swapping these parts out. So every once in a while there's fabrication stuff, even on a bolt-on kit. I don't know if you want to say fabrication, but cutting and grinding you got to do. So on the instructions it said that there's a clearance spot for this bracket to go on the driver's side, and it's where it's tying into the factory upper control arm bracket. It's actually hitting on the inside here. It's just going to be a quick notch that out, get some black paint on it so you don't have any rust dripping down in the future, and that's all there is for that. On these control arms, we're setting them up close to the stock length. We don't have any measurements as this is a 21 model and they don't have the instructions for that yet. So we're setting up a stock length, and we're gonna drop this thing on the ground when we get it ready to check wheel well centering, and then go off pinion angle to output shaft angle. We'll adjust it for what it needs to be. So unfortunately, sometimes when you're working on a brand new vehicle, you just don't get the instructions or background that you can find information on as easy as an older one. So we had to find a little bit of hardware for the rear sway bar end links because they are different than factory size. And got the springs in. These are progressive at the top, which is kind of nice. Control arms. Just gonna get those Fox shocks on here.
Ridiculous.
All on a 2.5 inch lift. 2.5 inch lift.
Yeah, and then it turns into, you know, tens of thousands.
Hey, let's spend a little bit more money and do that.
You can't take it with you, but you can take the truck with you.
My 43 inch Mickey Thompsons, just rolled up under. Awesome Gladiator. Hey, can you grab a beer out of the bed?
No, that's not happening.
So offset's actually closed because if we did go 1-ton axles, they would be wider axles than stock. So this is crazy. I want to know on the power sliders how far the steps come down. Cause tired, long day at work, that'd be kind of a pain to get in.
Yeah, 12 inches still be higher. I think you're down the extent 12 inches.
Crazy. And he had a good point. Swap out the Rubicon emblems on the red outline for a green. Maybe around the Jeep badge too. I think the green works with this color. We just about got the lift done. We're gonna put the real wheels and tires on it, put it on the ground, get everything tightened up, and adjust the control arms. But this was just fun. That's a beast. At least it'll clear some bigger tires now. Definitely more clearance up front. It's gonna look good on some 37s.
I gotta admit, I mean, once you see it off Laz's wheels, it's just quite not the same thing. I think it is an absolute beast. It does well for what it is. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I got a whole bunch of other stuff coming at you very, very shortly. Working on stuff all the time here. Looking forward to some new stuff that I want to share with you guys. I want to say thank you guys so much for your support, and it definitely helps us out. So please check that link in the description right there if you want to get any Fasterproms merch. We got hats, t-shirts, lanyards, stickers, a whole bunch of other things. Pretty neat stuff. Guys, don't forget to check out our sponsor, and that's CannabisCBD.com. Quote I want to leave you with: beware. When you hear we're from the government, we want to help. Song I wanted to leave you with, guys, is by Kaleo, and it's Way Down We Go. Really cool, bluesy sound. Hope you guys enjoy. God bless you. We'll see you next episode.